it's facing that way. We've got a problem there with the camera. Back to front, upside down, whatever, call it what you like. We're going live now. Here we go. We're going in. I've just been rushing back. Well, thanks for joining us on YouTube and Facebook Live, and thanks as always to the sponsors. Always write them down: Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone, GRS Installation, Dovecot, Advanced Utility Solutions, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Ocean Lighting, Ultimate Windows, and TGM Cars. The team today, if you don't know, it was a must-win game against Southampton at the Riverside. Deng in goal, there was more changes. Deng in goal, O'Brien, Fry, Lenihan and Berg. McGree, Howson, Hackney and Jones, Coburn and Crooks up front. The subs were Glover, Smith, Belazer, Latilath, Rogers, McNair and Silvera. That was the team. What did I see? I thought it was a much better performance than what we've witnessed in recent weeks. Yeah, when we lost the goal, I have to be honest and say that the fans did not go on the case of the players. They stayed cool, kept back on the side. And then thankfully we scored it was a great goal. I mean, it was horrific for their point of view. The right back's 25 yards for his own goal on the right back position. He forgets there's a man behind him. He gets robbed of the ball. Ends up with McGree. McGree gets out his feet, drills at bottom corner. Great finish for McGree. I don't know why the lad was ever out of the team. Whatever the reasons were, it was wrong. He should be playing all the games. I still hear guys today talking nonsense saying, oh, McGree was out because international duty. He sat on the bench 4 weeks before the international game, so that's nonsense. But overall, we showed a real steel today that's been lacking. Real steel. Even in Burnley, oh, how good was that to see the Borough get a win. And I have to say that the atmosphere today in the ground, supporting the team right to the bitter end, but at the end of the game, it was as if we'd won the league. It was just a sigh of relief and joy, and everybody was delighted and all overdue. I mean, the law average says we're going to win a game, but we did it with a bit of style today. Hey, look, they could have scored a couple of early doors, but they didn't. We could have scored a couple of early doors. And well done, Johnny Howson. Johnny Howson not noted for his goals, but apparently king today. Put the ball down, a lot of time to think about it, and he put it away. And well done to Johnny Howson. And you seen how relieved he was as skipper and goal scorer. He was absolutely delighted. Lovely jubbly result. Belly Joseph slaving up the butter for Cooper. New Kevin, it says. Kev Mohammed, how Kev? You'll be a lot happier this week, Bernie. Of course, Kev. It makes us all happier. You know, doom and gloom. I still know there's a long way to go. I've never written this off, but it's been a difficult period. 8 games in, we've just moved off the bottom of the table. Long time in coming. Joey Henry, hi Joey. Up the Borough, Bernie. Stephen Kenny was watching. Today we go again in Tuesday. Oh, it says typical Borough. Expect nothing and they go and win it, getting up the Borough. Kev Naylor says, sorry Bernie, missed the start of your stream. Hope you're well, just need Justed. Oh Kev, you want to get Justed out of your head. You want to go and see about that, man. Today was great. As I say, great in comparison to what we've done. Still a lot to polish up. Some of the passing was still iffy. Some of the crosses could have been better. But hey, I says get into the game. The be-all and end-all was the result. It wasn't about being glamorous or putting on a 5-star shift performance, Hollywood performance. We just needed to win the game. And we did that. And we did it with a bit of style. So well done the players, because there's a lot of pressure on, especially when we lose a goal. Colin Fry says, great 3 points. And we worked hard like we would expect. Thought Coburn led the line well, just missing a goal. You're spot on as usual about McGree. My cat needs fed. I've just run in the door. He's sitting at the back. McGree, Jones and Coburn, they need to stay in the team. A lot of people, I mean, I went to Dovecot Pub and in the Legends Lounge, which I host, and the Dovecot Pub after, talking live to the fans who've been at the game. They're all really complimenting Josh Coburn. And I thought Josh did very well. He was holding up well. He was aggressive. He was strong. He was chasing lost causes. There was a thing first half, second half. He should have played into McGree and company. There was a few players rushing in. He didn't. He went for the shot. Fair enough. But then he learned his lesson. The next time he went an inside right, he lifted his head, put it in a plate. McGree should have scored. I think he clipped the post. You're not on face ache tonight, Bernie. Face ache. I've seen you've picture of your profile picture, Andy. Dear God, you're right, Facey. We're on both. Where are we now? Keep them coming, as I say. I've only rushed in the door. I'm usually do it a lot early, but I have to go to Dovecot Pub now, and I'm just at the lounge. Don't leave that just before 6. Up and running finally, up the Borough. Samuel Elliott relieved. Mark James Walker says, I've been one of the first to criticise the season, but credit where it's due today. What a big one under big pressure. Yeah, the team needs consistency now. Same again on Tuesday. Jeffrey Wood. I'll ask you, the Borough fans that's watching this, what would you do Tuesday? First one of the season in 8 league games. We've won a couple of cup games. Would you play the same team again? Create more confidence, get in the groove, and then go again against Watford next Saturday. What would you do? I know what I would do, but I'm asking what you would do. Darren, what is it? Daniel Modoni, is it? Sorry. Great result today. Even better, taking the wife who's from Portsmouth. Another cup winning Tuesday. Again at the big ones. Samuel Elliott says, kick on. We have to kick on now and keep the team the same. I would keep this team the same. Other players need a go, but I tell you what, if I'm Coburn, I say, hey, I played well Saturday, Gaffer. I want to play again midweek against Bradford. I want to score. I want to keep my team up. I want to keep the confidence up. And I think that's when Carrick was at his best, when he stopped messing about with the team. Tail end of last season, started messing about. We went through the reasons, and it backfired. Never really get going again. And it's come into this season. Today, he must have seen a big glimmer of hope that, hey, we can turn it around and play better than we've done. I'm not saying we're going to end up top 6, and I'm not going to go that far, but we've got a victory under our belt. And to get that, the old saying, monkey off your back, or the hoodoo, well, we've did that today. And we did it with a bit of style. You keep the same team, Wayne says. Chris Andrews says, he got the team selection right today, Bernie, for once. That's from Chris. I mean, some people have been questioning Michael Carrick's selection, but today, another couple of changes and adjustments, and he got the required result. And I don't know for the life of me, why would you... I think he will change it, but I wouldn't change it. I would say to the rest of the guys, look, first one of the season. I know we've won a couple in the cup with chopping and changing, but now we've got a team now that's won the first league game in 8. We've just come out off the bottom, I think we're third bottom or fourth bottom, whatever. Let's keep it going, keep the momentum, get the players that played today, get them scoring goals against weaker opposition, and get the tails up. Was it a good game, Bernie? For Sean Flint? In my opinion, Sean, yeah, I'm not wanting to overdo it, but I thought there was glimpses of good football and good creativity. There was some balls that we should have got in the box. We kept it the first man. A couple of the opening corner kicks were murder. It was O'Brien who was a guilty party, and then he put the first one he did put over a quality. It almost went in, caused havoc in their defence, and the keeper just grasped it at the last minute. We'd one off it was McGree. The ball came in for the right, it went to Jones. Jones hit it. McGree came in back stick, keeper beaten to the world, and somebody cleared it off the line. There was a few chances by both teams. Could have ended up. I said before the game in the lounge, I says there'll definitely be goals today. I mean, I can see why Southampton are letting goals in. It's suicidal. The football they play is unbelievable. I keep getting back to a Jack Chat. Look, I love football. I was a goal scorer. I wasn't a tackler. I wasn't a tough, throw my arms about centre forward. I like to play football. I like to watch football. But overdoing the ball, over-egg the pudding, taking chances, gambling, creating havoc for yourself. Southampton deserve all they get. I can see why they've let 19 goals in now. They deserve it. And they still fannied about. Dickie danced at the back, messing about in wrong areas. We do it, I know. I don't think we created it. But we get away with it. But when they come back and bite you in the backside, it's no good. And the old saying, doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, is insanity. That was Einstein's quote. Doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, it's insanity. And for me it is. And they kept doing it. They get caught a few times. We could have punished them even more. I get it's the modern way, but why do we all have to be sheep-like? Why not be a shepherd rather than a sheep and create your own thing in the park? Everybody's trying to play it for the back. Pep does it all, we'll all do it. Pep's got the best players on the planet. Cost millions and billions of pounds. We're not. and certainly they're not. And Southampton, if they don't start, if they continue messing about the back, they've been down. And their manager, well, they must be looking at him getting sacked after that. Gillian Cross says, need to have a settled team now. Same again against Bradford and on Saturday. I agree with that, Gillian. I don't care who agrees, disagrees. We're first one in the league and we're going to start messing about again, tinkering. The Tinker Man, remember him at Leicester, Tinker Man. Matt McNeil says, Bernie Joseph Slavin, what did you think of Coburn? Think he put a great shift in? Question mark, he's asking me. I do. Well done, Coburn. If you're watching or anybody's watching that knows him, tell him well done, the lad. I thought Coburn set his stall up for the off, tried to make it uncomfortable for their rear guards. He closed down, he harassed, he held the ball up, he created things. I'd like to see him scoring a goal. I mean, when he came in last year, he scored a few goals. I'd like to see him scoring goals, but hopefully that will come. But he gives us something different outlet. Saturday night, so much better after a win, Bernie. You're right, Daniel Richards. You know, I gave the cat an ice cream and the dog a couple of extra bones, and the missus might get a few more puppy doms or pecora or whatever. Yeah, everybody's happy. It lifts everybody, it lifts the mood, Teesside. As I say, at the end of the whistle today, you seen Johnny Howson, how ecstatic Johnny was when he scored the penalty. He kept his cool, his composure, and it was a great finish. And the joy and jubilation and euphoria, and I wouldn't be surprised if he went about sticking the lips in other players, probably get done and ended up in jail for it. But yeah, if I was Johnny, I'd have kissed all the players. It was a great moment. Hello, pal. Good win. Let's not get carried away, Mohammed. Mohammed. We're not going to get carried away. Of course we're not. It's a win. Have we turned the corner? Of course we're not. We've had 1-1 and 8. Give your heads a shake. But Coburn deserves plaudits as well today. He does. And McGree. I think we've got to protect certain players because our squad is still thin. If we lose players like McGree or Linehan, we're in trouble for Mark James Walker. Well, see, Matt, I don't agree with that. Might as well say don't train. Don't train them. We're 8 games in. If we were 30 games in, I might think, oh, you know, winter months, we're getting through the winter months and injuries and loss of form. McGree's been out for how long? He needs to play more football. So McGree, I definitely would, he's our key man. But we had him on the bench for weeks when there was nothing wrong with him. Why are we going to mollycoddle him now? Get him out there, in my opinion. It's down to Michael Carrick, of course. I'm not your man for making decisions. We've only got opinions. Great result, especially under the pressure. And going behind, still concerned about the left back position for Christian Stubbs. Yeah, well, the left back, O'Brien. I thought O'Brien kept his shit well. He kept his shit well. He was disciplined. He got up the wing, but I don't know if there's a lot of quality coming in. Isaiah Jones done well. Well done, Isaiah Jones again. Fans were saying his name. It's amazing how football and fickle fans turn. Last year they were giving Jones stick galore. Sometimes he deserved it. Today he deserved the plaudits. He got taken off and they came round behind the fans. Were all chanting his name and singing. And well done to Isaiah Jones. And as far as I know, Jones had issues off the park last season, personal issues, and that can play a part. But obviously the fans only see the players that go over that white line, and that's one of the downsides. We all criticise when really we don't know the depth of what's going on, and we only see the strip in the player and judge them on that. There's more than that. Andrew Redmond says, I agree, this is starting 11 and the rest have to fight to get into the first start. I agree with that. As I say, I still think Milton Keynes might tinker, but if I was him, I would not, because since he started to tinker last year, it spread into this year. Today's the first real performance, I would say, that we've put in, the first shift that I've really enjoyed and thought, do you know what? We played some good stuff, we created good chances. Ali Brownlee would be saying, we will win the league after that today, for Daniel. Yeah, you're right, Daniel. Ali will be up there and having radio saying, what a result, what a performance, and we're going to win the league. Yeah, Ali would be saying that, and I'd be trying to knock him down, saying, come on, Ali, calm down, will you? Andrew McLeese says, much improved, thought O'Brien was great in the left. Big Coburn done well, just needs a goal, but McGree was the man. McGree was industrious throughout, worked his socks off, couple of efforts. He should have had 2, but he got 1. And I says, when I first seen him last season, I says he'll be a good player for Middlesbrough. And I still think he's the best player we've got. I still think he can chip in with 8, 9, 10 goals this season. He get, 7, 8 last season. But yeah, McGree, no matter what what's been going on. There's a reason. I don't know the reason. You know, there's always this speculation. I don't want to get involved in that, but he's been out for a reason, not because of injury, but whatever's going on, he has to play. Hi Bernard, rumours that McGree wanted away, but money wasn't right. Such a shame, if true. And he's our best player. Is that Yedders? Does that say Yedders? We're still weak in the number 10 position. We need somebody who moves the ball quick and has good legs. That's from Spinners, Borough fan. I know what you're saying. You're talking about Crooks. I'm so surprised. I thought Crooks. I'm still surprised that he started Crooks today. If I'm honest, if I'm being brutally honest, Crooks gave it his best shot. But number 10 role. Yeah, but O'Brien, I thought O'Brien did well. I thought he kept his shape, took up good positions, bit about him, wee bit of pace. Final delivery, he'll polish that up. I'm sure he, once he gets into the hang of things, if he stays there, he'll get better. Yeah, it's a great result. James had a great second half. Jones, sorry, Fiandi. Jones was very good again today. Jones, when he first came in the team, was direct, fearless, creative, scored goals. Then his form dipped dramatically, and by all accounts, was off the field at his family problems, and you can only sympathise with that. As I say, we only judge players what we see, and sometimes there is reasons that we don't hear about. But he's back now. He looks back to his best the last couple of games. 100% need to keep the same team for Tuesday, Bernie. Love watching from work in Lobito. Darren Appleyard. Tell us, Dan, where's Lobito? I've heard of libido, but Lobito, where's that? For his own reputation, Carrick needed the result tonight. I think he did. Carrick was under pressure. You're going to be under pressure if you go... I mean, their manager, they're above us, are they? Still above us? Their manager's under pressure. They play pure football, but it's sublime to the ridiculous, and the chances they take, they're gambling at every opportunity, and they're not very good at it. And say Man City are great at it. They can get away with... I don't think we can. We do, but we're going to get punished as well. But yeah, they took some chances and get done and punished, and rightly so. I can see why they've let 19 goals in. Chris Andrew says, plays McGree and scores. Let's keep the team the same and get consistency. Yeah, forget this thing about... I spoke to a couple of young lads after the game in the live YouTube about talking about the cup game. And the young boys are saying, no, let's change the team. And I said, but lads, why change? Well, the league's more important. It is, but it's not better than the league. We're 8 games in, not 80 games in. 8 games in. We're just finding our feet after today. Hopefully that's going to push us on a bit of a revival. But win the day and then get punished by drop me. I wanted to play every game. And I remember Pallister. Pally was one of our guests today with Terry Cochran in the Legends Lounge. I remember Pally saying, oh no, I agree, the modern thing now, we rest players. And I said, many players did you miss in the League Cup with Fergie? None. Never missed any. Carrick says on radio after the game, he wasn't bothered about result today. He just wanted a good performance. What is he on about? We needed 3 points and ever performances. I don't know what he's on about, Daniel, if he says that, but of course he needed the result. Of course he did. Of course, well, he's got it. It's easy to say that now, but result was, forget the performance, I would go result every time. I want to see the skill factor and the feel-good factor and the entertainment value, but the result is all important today. But fortunately, we did get a bit of glamour, and we get 2 goals, and we won the game. So everything was hunky-dory. The finishing 11 today is a best 11 without a doubt. They need to start on Saturday at Watford. Chris Sunley. So Chris, you're writing them off for midweek. You just drop them all again midweek. Keep them for next Saturday. See, I'd keep them going. I'd want my strikers getting goals, getting their tails up. Coburn, great game. Going again Tuesday in the Cups on a Wednesday, whenever it is, and win it. Let's get back in the groove and let's win it and get a goal. I want to keep that momentum going now. I don't want it to dip now. David Campbell saying, hopefully this settles down. The short memory fans, unity today in the team was key, and it was clear as day to see Coburn really good, but we need pace around him and we're relying on Jones, Lath or Rodgers for Crooks. Yeah, I mean, Crooks, I don't think, is a front man. Number 10, he's not a number 10, or up there. He used to play wide when they first came in. He was very good at it. I'm not saying he's not good now, but his best position for me is on the right. But he can't get in there. We've got Foz still injured, I think. He's playing in that role. But I don't forget, it's a difficult role because you've got your back to defenders. You're not facing the goal. You don't see the big picture. You've got a guy up your jacks every day of the week. Needed that today for Richard Mann. Just simply, yeah, we did. Led the line well, Guillaume Coburn, Stephen May. Press created, has to kick us on this. We have to kick on after this one, Bernie. I agree with that, Sean. Andy says, I'd maybe give Greenwood a go instead of Crooks, but hey, delighted with the performance and result today. Also, my son's first win at the Riverside. Well done, your son will be delighted, Andy. Brilliant. Mine is Silvera. Richard Mann says mine. So he's Silvera come off the bench today. Chris Sonley says no, not at all. The finishing 11 today, best 11 without a doubt. Stephen Mitchell says, what you watching for Scott Bowden? You're an Arsenal fan. I was talking to a guy today in the Duff Cup pub, and he denied his accent. Where are you from? Some part in Ireland. And then he says Strabane, and he started talking about Borough. He was at the Borough game with his Borough pals, and then he went, I'm actually a Tottenham fan. He says he's seen Dom, says a Tottenham with the Borough. No, he didn't. Would have Belazer in the starting the lineup. He thinks forward, drop Crooks for him. Yeah, Belazer's a bit of a strange one. Not seen a great deal of him. Came for 900 grand last season from Rotherham. Played a bit piece last season. Played a couple of games this season, but not really seen him, you know what I mean? Oh, we're back. I was trying to, let's see, it's just froze, it's okay, it's back. Let's see, keep going. Yeah, so the lad says would have Belazer in all the time. Bernie, what do you think about Dale Fry? He gets a lot of the... Sorry about that, it was just a wee connection problem. Bernie, what do you think about Dale Fry? He gets a lot of the ball, but his distribution is usually very poor. Would you put Vandenberg, a centre-back, as he can distribute well? Well, I think that's going to happen. I think Vandenberg's going to put pressure on Linehan and Dale Fry. I mean, before the game today, I was in the club early today. Usually get in there about 12ish, about 12:30. There was the rumours were going around the lounge that Dale Fry wasn't playing. And what did I think about it? And then lo and behold, Dale Fry's in the start lineup. But Dale and Linehan know that they're under pressure and under the cosh now to keep performing and have to get better. I mean, we conceded another goal today. It was a bad goal. It was a bad goal. Through the middle. Didn't go widen in and get defenders turning. It was through the middle. And we've let, 16, 14, 15 goals in? That's not good. That's not good defensively. Richard Mann says, Chris Sonley, he's got no end product, loses the ball regularly. What does he offer? So they have a wee go at each other. My 7-year-old son Charlie has just buy Messi, simple solution. So Mark James Walker's 7-year-old son just says, when you talk about the ball, just buy Messi, simple solution. Where are we here? Chris, this is Richard. He's saying to Chris Sonley, who's obviously contributing. I normally slate Jones when his head's on. He's okay. So Vera hasn't impressed me. Both and great if we are being fair. Yeah, still the jury's on Silvera. I mean, it's still early days. You know, we're 8 games in. I always say 14 games. Jones impacted as a sub last game and was class today. Hopefully he's back to his best. Let's hope he is. Where are we finishing this year, Bernie? Bernie Joseph Slavin, Richard Mann. I've still got us down for mid-table. I don't think we'll be top 6. I don't think we carry the away with a victory. I think we're in for a... Well, hopefully not, but I still think we're in for a long winter. There'll be injuries, there'll be loss of form, there'll be suspensions. We've still got some of the better teams to play in the league. I know these were classed as one of the favourites, but the goals they concede are embarrassing. And their managers under the cosh. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a drop tonight. after watching the way they dilly-dally in the back and give opposition teams chances. So yeah, mid-table, I've not changed my mind. I says that last week, the week before that. Coburn bullied the back four. Great to see. Should have squared the first chance he did. Instead of shooting, no, I bet you would have took the shot, Bernie. I says that I was sitting next to Pallister. And I says he should have squared it or tried to. But the lads had said, both Terry and Pally says, oh, the lads had went to block, so he thought, block the pass if he was thinking about squaring it. So he went for the shot, and I said, I'd have shot anyway. I probably would have. But the second time, Coburn got it right. He put it in a plate for McGree. 6 yards out, McGree should have scored, but he hit the post. So the lad did learn his lesson. Chased his first touch most of the game as normal. No end product, no idea. Being fast is not class. Who's he referring to? Jones. Slim Wood. If we play more like that, more goals will come. Team played really well. Great performance from Jones, House and McGree. And Coburn. We ain't had the best start to the season. That's an understatement. But hopefully this is a start to a good thing for the lads. Still think the team need more chemistry together. Yeah, we still need more cohesion. I agree with that. Slim. Together. With the new players, and that will soon come with more training and playing together. You need time to gel. It's not an excuse, it's a fact. You need time to learn each other's makeup, what he's good at, what he's not good at, is he quick, is he not quick. And it's important, and the more you play together, consistently, I'm not talking about training, I'm talking about the first team. And as I keep going on about it, Carrick was successful last year, he strapped to 5. Some people are saying go back to 5. No, Carrick won't go back to 5. Stick to what he believes in. And let's get more chances created. We know what we want to do. We don't know if we'll get the players to achieve it. We did last season. Coburn was quality today, Michael McCluskey. So big Coburn getting lots of the plaudits and slaps in the back, and rightly so. McGree got to starting to gel. McGree has to start. I mean, he played the last game, played tonight. That's him back in the team now, isn't it? You drop him at your peril. Evening, Bernie. Great game for Paul Kearney. Hiya, Paul. Footballing team turned up today instead of the pub team. I asked myself, where did it's a long one, so I'll read it. I asked myself, where did this team that won today come from? Plus, where have they been since April? Just don't get how we can be top draw today, but since April being horse shit. That's his words, not mine. Hope we can carry this on. Jones, McGree, both awesome today. Up the Borough. Look forward to Borough coming to my city through the week. Hope Borough win, obviously. Cheers, Paul. Cheers for your contribution. Ali Norman. Martin says, still not as clinical as we could be, but happy to get off the mark. We started poorly last season and finished playoffs. Let's have some optimism. Remember, these were Premier team last season. I tell you what, Premier League last season, God knows how they were Premier League. They could pass it, but passing in the wrong areas is a bad choice for me if you've not got the players. Taking chances and risks. You're looking for trouble, and they got trouble. They fannied about the back and we scored the goal. If the big guy doesn't know there's somebody behind him, he get the ball in the right inside right position that came across. He must know there's other players in the field. He didn't look up, he get caught in possession. Bang, Wallop, McGree. Thank you very much. What a finish. Dave Son says, feeling is brilliant. Bernie buzzing. A win's a win. We played well. Good test, but think we took a foot off the gas with 10 minutes to go. It was nervy. Yeah, it was a nervy 10 minutes, Dave. I agree with that. You know, they got a couple of the balls. The ref was giving them decisions. We're hitting long balls in the box. I tell you who impressed me for there. Don't know his name. I didn't have a team sheet. There was a lad come off the bench, right winger. Some of the tricks and pace he had. Terry Cochrane actually earmarked and says, Bernie, watch this guy's pace. And he started in the left, never really did a lot. And I was saying, yeah, he's fast, but he doesn't contribute. And then he came to the right. He did that one with McGree. McGree was right up with Jacksy, and he got the ball and he flicked it to his right, the winger, and got it to the other side. It was a magical bit of play. I enjoy skill and ability, even if it is opposition. As long as we win, But yeah, the lad outside, right, can't remember his name. I think he's signing for 20 million. He looks a player. No sound coming through. No sound. Oh, wait, I get the technician. Technician, no sound. I don't know why that is. Let's see if we're back on. No sound coming through. No sound, Bernard. Can't hear you, Bernie. I'm trying my best. Flick onto YouTube. Thoughts on Deng? Hello, engineer? Don't know what's happening here. He loves coming off the line. There's no sound according to everybody. I'll come back on. I'll stop and start. Hold on. I'll stop it and come back on. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm still on here, YouTube. We'll try to get back on Facebook. The day we won, that we don't. So we'll get that. That'll go into the. Let me start again. Yeah, excuse the hand. It's all live, you see. So that's part of the problem with live stuff, that things go wrong and you have to persevere and deal with it. I think that's one of the problems. We're on now. We're going live again. We're going live. Switch it round. Hello. Yeah, I know the hand should have been there, but right, we're going live again. So apologies, just bear with. Right, I'm on again. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can. I don't know the reason why you couldn't, but anyway, there were so many people telling me they couldn't hear me, so I'm back on. Can you hear me? Somebody get in touch. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Neil Houston's watching. Can you hear me? Hopefully so. See, everybody's just clicked off and thought, oh, well, he's off. Colin Nixon's watching. Colin, can you hear me? Yes, thank you. We're back on. We're live. We're back on. Loud and clear. Thank you. Sorry about that. As I say, I'm not a technician. I don't know what we're on. So we're back on. I'll read a few of these out while we're building up again. Neil says, let Nagpom and the championship top scorer go. Last season, not replacing him has been criminal, but well done to young Coburn today. And Emmanuel Latilaf, what, 5 million? And Coburn's in before him. Well, it's not about the money, it's about the quality. And Emmanuel Latilaf's proved that he's fast and direct and wanting to have a go, and his work rate phenomenal. Thoughts on Dieng, Bernie? Would you rather him or Stefan? Well, I never liked Stefan for day one. Dieng, I've took a liking to him. I still don't know. He still comes off his line a long way. Still takes chances at the back. Can you go silent again, Colin? I would say a wee smiley face. Yeah, of course I can. My missus says that to me all the time, Colin. Lenny says, what has happened to our academy? What regarding churning out talent? That's for Lenny. I think it's hit the buffers. I mean, we've brought Hackney out through the academy. Dale Fry, Stewie Downing, Adam Johnson, Gibson. No centre forwards, never produced a centre forward through there. But obviously, it would indicate the lads are coming for Europe and America or Australia, wherever, or 19, 21, 20. That would indicate that we've hit the buffers regarding quality. Right, they're all coming in. I'll start reading them out again. Latty, laughing, Coburn up front together. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Where was this one? Let Carrick pick the team, not Gibson or Scott. No. Listen, Steve Gibson and Kieran Scott don't pick the team. They might have a hand in a few of the players and the chief exec, but they don't pick the team. That's a no-no. Carrick picks the team. Whatever team you see going out there, he picks the team, trains the team. So he is in charge regarding the playing affair. They might be responsible for bringing players in, but Carrick picks the team. So don't get those two mixed up. Paul Gamble says, good win today. Let's hope it kickstarts the season. Jones man of the match. Let's get another one at Bradford, up the Borough. It's great to see the Borough fans buzzing. It's been a while. Sarah Garvey, hiya Sarah. What are your thoughts on today's game and how we played? Well, Sarah, you've obviously just joined us. I gave my opinion as always at the start of the chat. I thought there was patches we played well, very well. There was a few crosses we should have got in. We didn't hit the first man. A few of the corners were a lot to be desired, but I thought we played well. I thought we deserved the win, and there was a lot of pressure on today. And a great goal from McGree. Well done, Johnny Howson, for keeping his cool and composure for the penalty. He led the way. I'll read a couple out here. Lee Chandler says, I missed the match. Don't bother listening radio. Was it for complacency? I see. Was it for complaceful performance? Don't really know what that would mean. Did we look stronger? We did. I'm not wanting to overdo it. Les, I only try and give my gut and what I've seen. We played better than we've played for a long time. We did create a few things. We did score 2 goals. We deserve to win. For me, yeah. Spinner says, Bernie, have you any idea on why is it Conte got moved on? He looked good when I saw him. Conte, who's Conte? Under 21s, I don't know who he is, the kid. I've not seen enough of the lad, so no, I can't. 21 team, my mates at Grimsby reckon he's like Vieira, big and strong. Well, he's like Vieira, we better get him back then. Sarah Gavis says, yeah, what you saw, I read that, sorry. Jones and Coburn were brilliant, Bernie. Catherine and Brooks, I thought the two of them played very well today. 2 of them deserved the plaudits. 2 of them showed, I mean, Coburn's still a novice, he's still a young, raw lad. He's still an apprentice, if you like, not a first team regular. But he put in a shift today, worked his socks off, battle strapped, put himself around, created things, and yeah, it was unlucky midweek not to score, but the one it clipped the post. Confidence booster, that, Bernie. Maybe now our season starts upwards and onwards. Well, let's hope that's the idea. Great to see you in amongst the Borough fans in the Dovecot, Bernie. Any opinions, welcome. Anywhere else would block this. Yeah, you're right, Daniel. As I say, I love having the freedom. That's what this is about. Keith says, good evening, Bernie. Do you think Coburn is looking much better this season? Playing better? The way we're playing, plus the team overall looked amazing as a team. Keith Watson. Yeah, we deserve the plaudits individually, collectively. We all did the bit today. But yeah, I listen to these guys' opinions. I read them. They're not vetted. I'm sure you know that by now, whereas radio stations are vetted. The one I used to work in wasn't. In the modern day, they're all vetted. You can't say boo and they want you castrated. It's not like that here. And when I go to Dovecot, I'm talking to real fans who's been at the game. They can say anything they want, talking about football, regarding football, and there's no limits and nothing's out of bounds for... It's an opinion in football. Coburn Fry, Hackney shows Borough succeeds when we play Borough lads. Well, the Borough lads, it means more to them than anybody. I agree with that. Crooks and Coburn, The Walking Dead. Craig Parker, what are you on about? What do you mean The Walking Dead? Crooks and Coburn. Everybody's raving about Coburn today. Can I please everybody's opinion, see? Samuel says, confidence is key. Keep the consistency and let's get Coburn scoring in the cup to get his tail. That's what I mean, Samuel. Coburn. If I was Coburn, I'd say, Gaffer, I would go and see him Monday. I'd say, even at that age, if I was younger than that, I used to have a go at managers. I would say, listen, Gaffer, I'm grateful for being in the first team. I think I've done all right Saturday. Can I keep in again? Maybe get a goal. Get even more confidence. Ready for the Watford game. That's what used to happen. This rotation. It's all right when you're in Europe. We're not in Europe. We're in the cup that we've won 1 trophy in 150 years. We don't want to abuse the cup. We're not Liverpool or Man United or Man City. Don't abuse it. All right, giving other players a chance. But I would understand totally if I was a French player looking at today, I'd think, you know what, the Gaffer might stick the same team. He's given us games in the first couple of cup games, but now we've moved on another round and we've won my first game. I think it would make sense. But I'm not convinced that Carrick will do that. I hope I'm wrong. Jones and Coburn should always start with McGree, Chris Andrews. He's not messing, he's gone for those 3. As I say, Jones is back in track now. Big Coburn deserves to keep his place. McGree should have never been out of the team, irrespective of what's going on. Obviously something did. I don't know what. I've heard rumours, but they're only rumours. But obviously something has, because you don't leave a player with a left foot like McGree. Left footers are rare. Right peggers, 10 a penny. Left footers are like hen's teeth. Coburn's a striker. When was the last time he scored for Borough? Craig Palmer. But when was the last time he played? Parker, is it Parker, sorry. Craig Parker. So Coburn's a striker. When was the last time he scored for Borough? Well, when was the last time he played for Borough? I know he played the last couple of games or game. When he played last year, when he played, he came in the team, he scored a few. Then he gets shipped out and scored a few wherever he went. But that's a fair question. We have to play. They have to score. Strikers have to score goals. Modern players, I don't know if they go home at night and are peeved off if they don't score. I would. If I was playing today, I'd be absolutely ecstatic we won a game. I'd be thinking, but I never scored. I want to score. I want to create chances. I want guys to say, he should have scored, or he will score in the next game, and be confident in me. But you have to have confidence within yourself, and you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish as a striker. No, I don't mean selfish. If you're at an impossible angle, you need to lift your head. You need to be aware. Good players are aware. Lift their head. But if you see that goal and you think, I've got a chance of putting in, don't pass the buck responsibility. Take responsibility and go for it. Coburn can do a real target man and bullying defenders in this league. He can also run in behind. Well done, Bernie. Shout out, this is John Brady. Shout out to McGray and Jones, who had good games. Well done. Well done, John. It's nice to see the praise because we've been critical, and rightly so. Some of the performances this year have been dire. Some of in the last third have been poor. So it's good to see us turning it around, getting applauded. My only issue from today was goalie coming way out too far, out the box. There was one that their lads, was it number 24? One of their lads, their keeper was 25 yards out his goal. So it's 18-yard box, then another away be out, and the lad got it in the halfway line, and he's seen him off it. So it was great awareness, but his effort was duff, but the intention was good. McGree tried it. Their keeper liked to come off the line as well, like a lot of modern keepers, and McGree tried it. He was a bit closer, still was off target, but it was a good effort. You know, for me, that's clever. Modern day keepers like to come away out of the box, so any chance you get, if you have turned and you're within distance, have a go. Did you enjoy Stocksley Fair, my man? For Wayne Broadley. Yeah, look, I went along with mates, and some of them get kids and pals, and went along just to sort of in the atmosphere. It's fairly local, support the local things, and yeah, I usually get a goldfish from my pond, but I didn't get dragged in or enticed to win a goldfish. It's cool having a goldfish, but in my pond it would have been alright. Coburn last scored away, so Keith has done his homework, that's why he's asked right. 2nd April 2022, 4-0 win against Peterborough United. That's a fair start, I'll give you that start. So the last time was May the 2nd April. May 2nd April 2022, Coburn goal. Well, that's fair enough, but see, you can't score if you don't play. You can't score for Middlesbrough if you're shipped out on loan. And don't forget, we were going to get rid of him again in loan. It was no open secret. I said he wasn't he wasn't Carrick type player. That's my opinion. I don't know. You'd have to ask Carrick that. But we want him going to be shipping him out again in loan. I think it was Plymouth. And then because he didn't get the clientele in or the players that he really wanted, he's kept Coburn. Coburn by fluke might turn out to be save us a right few quid. Full back says Coburn was superb today. Questions once again raised by the backroom team who had him shipped out on loan to Plymouth. Yeah, I've just spoke about that, Phil. And you've reiterated it. Paul Broomfield says Hayden Hackney just gets better and better. Yeah, I seen Hayden today. I shook his hand, says well done. I says you've got 9 goals to get, kid. I gave him a 10 goal target. You were 7. We expect goals, don't we? Alfie Frost says Coburn needs to get in the box more. He does, yeah. I mean, if you go back to the midweek game, there was when they scored the goal, Coburn ran back marking. I'm thinking, does he really need to be there? On the byline, the goal line, he's back tracking. For me, he has to keep up as well. I still seen today, I know we didn't concede goals for corners, but I still see 11 Borough players in the box. Defensive corners, still no outlet. Don't really get that. Man United do the exact same. Man United do the same. Southampton FC manager will be sacked soon, Mohammed. I don't wish anybody to sack, but looking at the style they played, looking at the goals they concede, schoolboy stuff, messing about wrong areas, inviting pressure, not good at it. The goal we scored, McGree, was a great goal from our point of view, disastrous from their point of view. Jack Champ would have chinned somebody. He'd have stuck one on them. That was one thing. Jack was a no-no. I didn't play under Jack. Middlesbrough played under Jack with the Republic, and I knew how he operated. I was in the squad 3 years. Jack would not tolerate messing about in wrong areas. That was a definite no-no. He'd have had you hung, drawn and quartered. I said in the lounge today that if we didn't score against the worst defence in the league, that we should be throwing the tees. Well, the lads responded just a 2. Could have had more. Plymouth beat Norwich 6-2 today, and Ipswich beat Blackburn 4-3. Wow. Credible results, aren't they? I didn't know that. I've been rushing about. So Plymouth beat Norwich 6-2 today, and Ipswich beat Blackburn 4-3. Be Con. Thanks for the info, Con. Nathan Walton says, I felt so emotional watching the end of the game today. The fact I am such a true support honestly just made me so happy. So happy the fact that they won today. Well done, Nathan. Great feeling. Great to hear that. I got it, and I got the feeling off the fans. It generated after the game. There was such an almighty roar. But well done, the fans. I mean, in the lounge and on my podcast on Monday, I was saying, I'm not here to preach, but when we're going through a bad spell, we all have a say here. Yeah, that's fine. But when you're at the game, and I'm not here to preach or tell you, pay money, you do it whenever you want. But booing players 20 minutes, 25, half time, 70 minutes, it doesn't do the players any good. Stick it out, which the fans done today. We lost a goal, the fans didn't lose it, they just kept with them. And that can really help. And then at the end of the game, if you don't do the business, boo them, shout what you want, I'm cool with that. As I say, I'm only advising you do it when you want, but I don't see any benefits. When I was a player, I used to think, if you want to boo me, I was having a stink, and I had many of them, and my teammates, and had some gubbins and bad performances, missing chances, and fans would be on my case. But I used to think, if you want to boo me 50 minutes in, go ahead, you're paying to watch us. If you want to grind us down even more, we need a lift, we need your support. But the fans were great today, and I mean that. I don't have to say it, nobody prompts me to say anything, but I really mean that. Where are we here? Van der Berg needs massive credit today. 19 years old, out of position, did very well. He did, Richard. Richard Baines is praising Van der Berg. Van der Berg's a centre-half per trade. He's playing out of position, and he gave it a good shot today, put in a good shift. Craig Tupling says, Jones played well today. Had him worried. Imagine how good he could be if he could deliver a good cross into the box. 10 minutes. Keith Watson says, Bernie, we should not get carried away. I'm not getting carried. With Bradford City away in the cup, then away to Watford. Let's hope we can kick on the team now. But like few will say, one game at a time. Yeah, it's an old cliche and saying, but it's true. One game at a time. You're not as good as your last game. We were good today. We got the result required. But we have to hopefully it kickstarts the season, because 8 games in, it's been awful. You know, it's about results. I mean, one of the fans that's on here says that he heard Michael Carrick saying he wasn't bothered about the result, it was about the performance. No. It's both. If you can get the performance and the result, it's double the plaudits. If you play well and get beat today, the boos would have soon been ringing out. I've no doubt about that. I think Coleman scored versus Spurs in the FA Cup up the Borough. Good one. He did, Chris. He definitely scored against Spurs. I don't know what month that was, but he did. I remember that was a fine goal as well. That was some boost for the kid. Lot of lads scoring against the Spurs, the mighty Tottenham. That's going to be some game against the Arsenal, isn't it? Big Ange. Nice to be sat hearing actual positives. Makes the weekend much better. Samuel, I think, yeah, if you want to hear positives all the time, we'll go to some local radios or some local papers, and they'll give you all the programme. They're all like reading the Beano. You know, everybody's scared to get an opinion. On here, I think people are just straight-laced. They want... If I'm bad, I'll take it. I know I'm bad. Players know if they're bad. If I'm bad and you're the manager and I hear you on radio saying, oh, I need a great game today, I think, what is he on about? You don't kid yourself. There's a few here that I've not read out. Sorry, let's see. Russell Martin says, Borough were poor and Southampton were so dominant. Well, Russell Martin, if you're thinking who's that, he's a manager of Southampton. Well, I'd say, Daniel, if that was his quote that from the manager of Southampton says that Borough were poor and Southampton were so dominant, well, he's definitely in for the sack because he's delusional. He's kidding himself on. Let Carrick pick his team, leave the League One players on the bench and move forward. There you go. No messing. Who was that for? Craig. Bernie, do you think that was the best 11 we got what started today? Well, Phil, I would probably say... Well, it's the best because it's the first game we've won. So it's like winning the cup. McClaren was the most successful manager in the history. Was he the best manager? Well, he was because he won the cup. But I'm sure there's been better managers, but he was the most successful. Not the best manager, most successful. Best 11, I still don't think Crouchy's a forward player, number 10, I don't think he's that. But the rest of the lads, I would start the same team. In the cup, I'd start the same team. Why? Because it's our first win. Finally, we're generating a bit of confidence into the squad, into the team, into the players. How do you get more of that? Let them play again, let them roll again, let them score. The guys like Coburn get a goal rather than playing well, let them get a goal as well. And there's no better opposition than against a Bradford team and go and win the game and score a few goals and keep the momentum going for the Watford game. There's no good playing well today, resting for the cup game, then you come out and we get beat against Watford. We're back to square one. I mean, it could happen, we play them against Bradford, we get beat and the big boys have played, and then we get down again Saturday. But I just think, we'll win my first game, let's roll with it. Let's roll with the same team. Stop tinkering, stop messing about, irrespective of what competition. Let's go with it. We need to plug this leaky defence, always looks likely to concede. Oh, without a doubt, Paul, I say the goal today came through the middle. There was a couple of 1-2s through the exact centre, 20 yards out, ended up in the back of the net. It was a good finish, but poor from our point of view. You can hear my cat in the background. It makes those noises regular now. I don't, maybe celebrating, the cat celebrating a Borough victory. Luongo scores for Ipswich every week lately. Another one we let go. Fair play, Frank, that's a fair start. Nathan Watts says, honestly, support is absolutely massive. The amount of times last season we come from behind to win due to the fact the crowd were roaring the team on doesn't get much better than North East support. Oh, yeah, hey, look, Nathan, the fans have been critical this season, but today they could have quite easily jumped the bandwagon and had a go at the players, 1-0 down, panic stations. Feed your cat, Bernie, Craig Palmer. I don't know if that's a food thing. He's fed regular, Craig. He needs more than food. I don't know. Yeah, but the fans today, as I say, could have jumped the bandwagon. Everybody had a goal, lost a goal. It's going to be another defeat. That'll be 8 defeats or 8 games without a win. But they never. They stuck with it. And well done, the fans. Because we needed it more than anything today to turn this round. And get out the hole, get out the rut. Horses for courses in this league, Bernie. No, but it's a cup game, it's not a league game, so you say it's courses in league games. Forget passing the ball backwards. Yeah, I agree with that, John. Forget passing the ball backwards and sideways for the sake of it. Put the big man Coburn up top and feed off him. Looks as if that's the best way to get results in this league. Good show, Benny, well done. Cheers, John. Yeah, there was a few times today that, yeah, as I say, there was more positives than downside, but there was times today, Lenihan was one of the culprits. We would put the left back would push on, Lenihan would pull more left, and there was times he could play it up the flank, curl it, and he opted to play it back for the halfway line, back to the keeper. I don't get that. That's not the way we set our stall out last season under Carrick. We need to get in our heads, when we're in good positions or run about the halfway line. We don't go back unless somebody's chasing us, an axeman's chasing us. We should be good enough to get out of that and put the balls in the flanks. I'm not talking about in the mixer, like old Wimbledon, in the flanks. Long we got. I think the fans are behind Carrick. I don't think the fans are behind Gibson Scott. Look, collectively, we've been on everybody's case. Everybody's been on everybody's case today. Everybody deserves plaudits. Let's hope it's a turning point. But we need to keep our powder dry. Don't get carried away. I know what fans are like. As I say, Isaiah Jones, they were crucifying him last year. The lad had reasons, he was off form, whatever. But we still hammered him. A lot of fans caned him. Then this season, he's number one again. They're cheering his name. They're getting on his case in a nice way. Yeah, we blow with the wind. Right, 3 more reading out and that's it. Another one that can join the list. Luongo. Soz Bernard, just got back. I have missed everything you have said. Never said a thing, Kev. Kev Manfield, hiya Kev. In my opinion, I think on today's display, it was a good all-round performance. More or less, same lineup. apart from Engel, who was poor. As most people and fans know, it was much needed win. Hopefully we can carry it on Tuesday, keep the same team to try and gel. I agree with it. I know Borough fans have got this thing, oh, let's change, the league's important, the cups aren't, but hey, the league's important. Well, this is my first league win, so let's keep the momentum going now. Say to the lads, the lads running about, secondary lads who are the second string, look, we know we've been playing the cup, but we're going to pull it, because we won my first league game. We want to keep it going. We want to get the Watford game sky high. Hopefully Coburn and company get a goal midweek, and I mean, they could come off the bench and score a goal, but I just don't see why we should change it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. Sorry, there's people there. I'm off. I've overshot the runway. Thanks again for joining us. Well done. Well done, Borough. Well done, Johnny House, and keeping his cool composure. Well done, Ryland McGree. Glad you're back in the team, and you should never have been out of the team, but great goal you scored. Well done, supporters, for supporting the team, although we lost a goal. Well, and thanks to Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone, GRS Installation, Dovecote Pub, Advanced Utility Solutions, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Ocean Lighting, Ultimate Windows, and TGM Cars for their sponsorship and backing and support. Thank you very much. I'm back again in the podcast, and Monday I'll be talking about Borough. I'll read these out in the podcast. I'm bringing a chat out you'll see on YouTube and on my podcast. You'll see it visually and be able to hear it. It's Graham Souness. Several years ago when I was working for Borough TV, I went down to London and went to Graham's home, and you see the video, get into his house, and we have a chat about the Borough, and his teammate, the late great Willie Madron, talks about Liverpool. So it's a good chat. It's one from the past, but I think it's worth airing. And I've only aired it now because the quality is much better now, because I've been trying to get it and the quality's been poor. So Graham Souness is going to be on my podcast. I recorded the interview I did a few years back, but it's worth listening to if you're a Borough fan. Thanks for joining us. Up the Borough. And then obviously, if you don't listen to podcast Total BS on Monday, I'm back again after the Bradford game live, talking about the performance in the team. Well done, Borough. Well done, the fans. Up the Borough. Cheers.